Hi. In this video, I would like to present to you the Muslim Brotherhood because it reveals one conspiracy theory that is actually real and is recognized by the FBI. The Muslim Brotherhood has millions of members and followers, and it continues to draw members and supporters in an alarming rate. The Muslim Brotherhood was founded in the 1920s as a reaction movement to the Muslim identity crisis in Egypt when Britain and France were building the Suez Canal. The movement started by Hassan al-Banna, who took it on himself to instill Muslim pride in children. From children, his initiative spread into university and then to independent centers across Egypt. Eventually, it progressed to becoming a political movement, then to a militant movement, and then to an umbrella organization that pulls the strings behind the stage of allied movements and organizations. The Muslim Brotherhood mission is to embrace jihad, and in their own words, they say, jihad is against all who do not embrace Islam. Today, the Muslims are compelled to humble themselves in the United States before non-Muslims and are ruled by unbelievers. Their adversaries are in charge of their affairs, which are the Jews. Hence, it has become an individual obligation of every Muslim to make up his mind to engage in jihad. In their own words, the objective of the Muslim Brotherhood is to gain control over the United States government by filling up vacant jobs with their own members and supporters in the same way that the Palestinian Council has done in the United Nations, where they now have 60% control of the Human Rights Council and 100% control over UNRWA. More specifically, in their own words, their vision of the United States has four parts. One, the caliphate, by which the United States is to be governed by Islamic law. Two, a caliph, which is going to be a Muslim leader of the United States. Three, Sharia, which is the replacement of the American Constitution with the Quran and Sunnah. And four, the holy jihad war of expanding the dominion of Islam to the rest of North America, to the Western world, and ultimately to the entire world. In case you don't know, jihad is the Muslim term for global expansion of Islam, and jihad war is the action called dawah towards achieving the Muslim expansion. In North America, the current dawah method is, according to them, by word rather than by sword, in preparation for a future military takeover. In this invisible jihad war, all Muslims are potentially jihad warriors. Since they all are at war, the jihad war, they consider all underhanded methods as legitimate war methods, to include, in their own words, deception, language manipulation, double talk, and half-truths. For example, they advocate for peace, but what they actually mean is that peace depends on all people converting to Islam and forming unity of mind. They advocate for social justice, but what they actually mean is that social justice can only occur under Sharia law. They renounce terrorism, but what they actually mean is that what we consider terrorism, they consider freedom fighters. They advocate for freedom, but what they actually mean is that freedom is from the enemies of the Muslim God, and at the top of the list of enemies are the Jews. Since the Muslim Brotherhood is banned from the United States, you will not find their name anywhere, in spite of having at least 30 centers across the United States. One of the FBI code names for them used to be Trojan Horse, because they are cleverly disguised as nonprofit religious and humanistic organizations, which appear to be concerned about students, women, workers, children, refugees, immigrants, and so on. In the United States, the name of the Muslim Brotherhood is the Islamic Society of North America. Its terrorist allied organization, Hamas, is called the Islamic Association for Palestine. The student indoctrination chapter that operates in 400 universities across the United States is called the Islamic Student Association. The Muslim Brotherhood has an astronomical budget funded primarily by Saudi Arabia. Next to other Muslim countries in the Middle East and North Africa, such as Iran, Pakistan, Afghanistan, Kuwait, Malaysia, Egypt, and Libya. For about 2 centuries, before the rise of the Nazi Party in Germany, anti-Semitic movements in Germany covertly recruited members and supporters in the general community, while Jews lived a good life overlooking it. Living the good life was a Jewish way of demonstrating that they defeated anti-Semitism and that coexistence won. But then it only took a random event to spark the eruption of the most horrific cold-blooded murder of Jews in modern time. Once again today, the Jews in the United States feel that they are defeating anti-Semitism by living the good life and by demonstrating that coexistence is winning. But once again, according to the FBI, anti-Semitism is brewing and building up pressure. And once again, at least theoretically, it might only be a question of time before a random event sparks another cold-blooded, horrific eruption. This time, possibly by the Muslim Brotherhood. If you didn't know, now you know. Bye.